Hey YouTube, hey subscribers, thanks for tuning in. In this video, I want to address one of the more difficult narcissists to deal with, and that is the sweet narcissist. The sweet narcissist is challenging to deal with because you really don't see them coming, because all of their outward behaviors toward you are usually pretty kind, pretty genteel, very sweet, usually delivered with a smile. So you would never suspect that this person has an underlying disorder that actually causes a lot of disruption in the lives of people that they're exposed to. So how do you know you're dealing with a sweet narcissist? This is going to be a strange analogy, but I want you to picture you're having a tug of war with someone with no rope, and everyone has smiles on their faces. That's one way to kind of know you're dealing with a sweet narcissist. You don't know why you feel like you're fighting for your rights. Somehow you are fighting for your rights or fighting to be heard, but you don't really know why you feel that way because this person has such a sweet aura and such a sweet demeanor. Well, it's because the sweet narcissist, the kinder narcissist, has done a remarkable job of masking those qualities and behaviors that they know are unacceptable to others. They just simply refuse to change them. I recently had the displeasure of interacting with a super sweet narcissist, and what made this person so insufferable was it's so slight and it's very hard to detect, unlike some other narcissists who might be more neutral. The way that this came out with this particular person was you make an idea, you have a suggestion. They make an alternate suggestion, but it's not actually a suggestion, it's a mandate. That's one way you know you're dealing with a sweet narcissist. They actually pose it to you or pose something to you as if it's optional, but it's actually not optional. Here's another way you know you're dealing with a sweet narcissist. They tell on themselves in conversation. So this individual who purports to be so very sweet and genteel and kind, I would say over the course of the few days that I had to interact with this person, said out of their mouths more than once, "Oh, but that's just my controlling side. Oh, that's just my controller coming out. That's just the controlling side of me." Another thing that this person said over and over again, "Oh, I'm very impatient. I'm just super impatient." But it's said with a smile and a laugh, like I'm just very impatient. But me being who I am and knowing what I know, I'm watching what you're doing. You're issuing mandates, presenting them as options. You are telling me you're controlling. You're telling me that you're impatient. So basically, you're a demanding, entitled narcissist who has learned that those behaviors don't go over well with the general public. So you've reeled it back and replaced it with this phony fake demeanor. And you use that to interact with the world. But the truth is you're a ranting, raging narcissist underneath the surface. Here's another sweet narcissist that I knew a couple years ago. The way that this person's narcissism would come out is in the way that they would monopolize your time. So this person knew. There was no way that she didn't know what she was doing. If someone walks into the office 8 o'clock in the morning or 8:30, bag still on their shoulder, coffee in hand, and you stop them and proceed to have a 22-minute conversation with them, you know that's inappropriate. It was someone who would take that time from you and do it consistently. It was a daily thing. And she knew. She was in the industry, so she knew how important time was and time is. How many meetings we all have, how many different things that we have to do, and yet she felt totally comfortable just stopping you in the hallway, taking 22 minutes from your time every single morning. The other way it would come out with this person was when you tried to leave for the day. So it got so bad that we would take turns throwing each other under the bus, in the sense that if this person latched on to someone, I'd grab my purse and I'm out the door. I'm gone. Don't look. Don't make eye contact. Don't stop. Go. You might even want to take the stairs. Don't stop at the elevator. Don't stop at the fridge. As soon as that narcissist was occupied, I was out of there. Because this person, it was my understanding that she had received feedback before I even got to that particular office. And she just chose not to change her behavior. She chose not to act on it. Very controlling. Once again, in a tug of war with no rope. And you don't know how you got there because you don't argue with this person. You don't fight. There's no outward contention. There's no aggression. So why do you feel like you're being somehow stepped upon or trampled over somehow when you're in this person's presence? You're probably dealing with a very, very sweet narcissist because, as the Southern folks like to say, these people act like they don't have the good sense that God gave them. They act like they don't understand social norms and social cues. The sweet narcissist, though, Basically, their angle, their modus operandi is to take from you whatever they can, to control whatever aspect of your life they can. It's really about control. So they want to control anything that they can, anything that they can, in order to feel like they have some sort of impact on your life. It's all about the impact they feel like they're having on your life. And they get off on it. Don't let the smile and the sweet nature fool you. They get off on the fact that they put you out of the way by 22 minutes, or that you can't get your thought process together because they've scrambled your brain. And usually when they stop you, again, and I've said this before in other videos, I don't mind substance. I really don't. I love a good conversation. I love a conversation where both people walk away feeling enriched. I live for that stuff. And so it's not the conversation piece. It's usually just dribble. It's usually just minutia, random topics, random things, stream of thought, all on you, one-sided as usual. Of course, it's a monologue. You're expected to stand there and listen, because if you broke away from this person, you would be considered rude. And they typically don't leave you any room to get in the conversation to break away. So that's why they keep that stream of thought going in order for there to be no gaps for you to slide into. So that's another way you know you're dealing with any narcissist, really. But the sweet narcissist will keep that nice little stream of consciousness going and just keep word after word after word rolling, so you never have an appropriate moment to jump in and say, hey, I really got to run. So I wanted to do this video really quick just to point out the fact that super sweet narcissists do exist. Some of them have developed it accidentally. Others probably developed it after they got some feedback that they didn't like and had enough sense to alter their behavior, but they still can't shake that disorder. It still comes out, regardless of how much they try to put on a different persona. That need to control other people, that need to detract from other people's lives and know that they caused it, that need is so strong in them, and they will get their fix in any way possible. Thank you all so much for listening. I really appreciate it. Hope you're all doing well, and I grant you the permission to exist. Bye-bye.